Well, the information has finally been leaked, and we have the evidence that the untold story behind Biden's sudden exit can be blamed on Pelosi and an undemocratic coup to forever change the future of the United States. We're covering this story and so much more here on the Gateway Pundits Week in Review. My name is Elijah Schaefer, and this is the Week in Review, where we cover the top 5 stories of the last 24 hours in around 10 minutes. Our top story today from thegatewaypundit.com, the untold story behind Biden's sudden exit. Pelosi issued a ruthless ultimatum to Joe Biden. We get into it. Joe Biden's abrupt withdrawal from the 2024 presidential race has ignited a firestorm of speculation and intrigue within the Democrat Party. Sources close to the situation reveal that former House Speaker Nancy Pelosi issued a ruthless ultimatum to Biden: step aside or face public humiliation over fears that you cannot defeat Donald Trump in the upcoming election. Here's the timeline of the Democrat Party's covert operation to replace Joe Biden with a stronger candidate. Insider reports reveal a secret plot within the Democrat Party to replace Joe Biden if he stumbles during his initial debate with former President Donald Trump, or if his poll numbers continue their downward spiral. This plot, first reported by the Daily Mail, is allegedly being orchestrated by some of the most influential figures in the party, including former President Barack Obama and Bill Clinton, former Speaker Nancy Pelosi, and Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer. July 2nd, as the situation becomes more dire, left-wing media outlets like NBC News and Daily Beast join the chorus calling for Biden to step aside following a disastrous debate performance. All of a sudden, Nancy Pelosi publicly admits that Joe Biden may be suffering from a cognitive decline. July 7th, the plot thickens as Axios reports that a growing number of Democrats are pleading for intervention. You go down here, July 10th, an interview with MSNBC, Pelosi further distances herself from Biden. By July 11th, reports have surfaced detailing the behind-the-scenes maneuvers of Barack Obama and Nancy Pelosi. A significant leak reveals a heated phone call between Obama and far-left actor George Clooney discussing the precarious situation. July 17th, Nancy Pelosi is reportedly convinced that Joe Biden will lose to Donald Trump. According to Politico, Pelosi has been working on the phones in order to try and convince Biden to step away for a more electable alternative. July 20th, Biden's anger is palpable as he isolates at his Rehoboth Beach home following a COVID diagnosis. July 21st, the situation reaches a boiling point as Politico reports that Pelosi delivered a chilling ultimatum to Biden. According to a Democrat familiar with the private conversations, Pelosi said and made it very clear that they would do this is the easy way or the hard way. She gave them 3 weeks, the easy way. It was about to be the hard way. On the same day, Biden dropped out of the presidential race. Now, according to a bombshell revelation exclusive to the Daily Mail, it was disclosed that Pelosi had privately contacted Biden during his alleged COVID recovery, delivering a message so stark that it led to his decision to step down. Pelosi, the sources claimed, was prepared to go public with damning polling figures that would have irreparably damaged Biden's chances against Trump in November. The ultimatum was simple: drop out now or face public humiliation. 4 sources independently confirmed that such a message was relayed, with one well-placed insider revealing that a phone call took place between Pelosi and Biden. Since Biden's announcements, the relationship between him and Pelosi have reportedly soured, and despite official denials from both Pelosi's office and the White House, and that the two spoke on the phone, the tension between them has become increasingly apparent. We believe, and we think this is evidence, that there was genuinely a coup going on here. This is an undemocratic pressuring a candidate out because the party would lose. This is absolutely anti-American. And I don't think that there's any fighting the fact that this is what happened. Speaking of an additional story here, Peter Doocy masterfully gets Biden to admit Kamala Harris is responsible for the crippling inflation and the massive failure known as Bidenomics. Joe Biden once again threw Kamala Harris under the bus and said she is responsible for the crippling inflation crisis and his administration's highly unpopular economic agenda dubbed Bidenomics. Biden stopped to chat with reporters on the South Lawn as he departed the White House en route to George County, Maryland, to appear at a campaign event with Kamala Harris. Fox News reporter Peter Doocy masterfully got Biden to admit Kamala Harris is indeed responsible for the worst inflation crisis in 100 years. We have the footage here from RNC Research. I want you guys to listen to this. It's absolutely insane. Check this out.
How much does it bother you that Vice President Harris might soon, for political reasons, start to distance herself from your economic? She's not going to.
Oops. Well, it looks like he just said she's not going to because it's not disastrous. We know that she also was the tie-breaking vote in the Inflation Reduction Act, which caused a lot of the current out-of-control pricing we see today. Now, our next story is that a climate alarmist gets rocked by Citibank staffer while staging a protest inside bank's New York headquarters. A climate alarmist protester got rocked by a Citibank staffer after deciding to stage a protest inside the financial institution's headquarters in New York City on Wednesday. The far-left Common Dreams reported that the protester in question, Aaron Con-Ilary, was taking part in an action organized by a group, Summer of Heat. The organization is supported by fellow leftist groups, including New York Communists for Change, Planet Over Profit, and Stop the Money Pipeline. Ilary and his fellow travelers wanted to confront Citibank executives and attempt to bully them out of funding fossil fuel projects since 2015. Citibank has invested $369 billion in coal, gas, and oil infrastructure projects, according to Common Streams. Now, video footage captured by Planet Over Profit's X page shows Ilary filming with a cell phone when a security staff member approaches him and attempts to grab the phone. The guard then punches the agitator in the face and then shoves him to the ground. We have the footage here. You're going to have to look at it. Check this out. Watch. Well, I don't know what's going to happen there, but you're trespassing on private property, sir. I'm not about equal opportunity or, basically making sure that everyone's treated right. If you're breaking the law in those cases and you're bothering people, you deserve to get rocked. But I also don't like bankers. I'm not going to defend the banking industry for being as corrupt and disgusting as it is. It's possible to hate everyone in a video equally. Our next story, look at the crowd. Kamala Harris and Joe Biden hold a rally in the corner of a gym at Prince George's County Community College. It looks like this is where they're at. Just look at that crowd. Joe Biden and Kamala Harris held a rally in the corner of a gym at Prince George's Community College in Maryland. We have the picture here. Check it out. So this is what they're saying. Now, I don't know if I agree with this, if this is what really happened. Maybe it was a smaller audience. We'll have to wait and see. There's a lot of debate about whether or not these rallies are as big as people say they are. Some people blame it on large, celebrities being involved. But if that's the case, it's still very successful. They're getting a lot of people to come. And remember, it's not really about them needing to win the election. It's about being able to appear to have national support, even if it's real or not. They don't just need the appearance, and then they can rig the election, and then you won't question it, just like you questioned but never got to the bottom of the 2020 election, thanks to the treasonous Mike Pence. Our last story is rather damning, and it's kind of disgusting. Check this out. The Trump shooter, Thomas Matthew Crook's body is gone. The body is cremated 10 days after Trump's assassination attempt. A preliminary investigation report by Representative Clay Higgins has revealed that the body of Trump rally shooter Thomas Matthew Crooks is gone. In Representative Higgins' report, he wrote that on the August 5th, when he requested to view the body of Thomas Matthew Crooks, he was told the body of Crooks was gone. The representative from Louisiana further noted that the FBI released the body to be cremated just 10 days after the shooting occurred. Higgins, in his preliminary report of the Trump rally shooting, wrote, "My effort to examine Crook's body on Monday, August 5th, caused quite a stir and revealed a disturbing fact. The FBI released the body for cremation 10 days after January 13th. On January 23rd, Crooks was gone. Nobody knew his until Monday, August 5th, including the county coroner, law enforcement, sheriff, etc. Yes, Butler County coroner technically had legal authority over the body." Higgins also noted in the report that the FBI released the crime scene after 3 days and cleaned up biological evidence from the scene. Breaking news, Matthew Crook's body is gone. Representative Clay Higgins requested to examine the assassin's body and was told it was released to the family by the FBI. Now, this is unprecedented. And again, he says, I'm going to have to rely on the, autopsy from the FBI, the coroners, but even the police, the county, nobody knew this happened. To me, this seems like a cover-up, considering that it was just one day after the crime. They cleaned up the whole crime scene.